Thanks for clicking on the video. I'm Jason, one half of the Runaway Parents, and today we're going to talk about where to get clean drinking water no matter where you are. So one of the problems we've ran into while traveling has been getting fresh, clean, good tasting water. It's been dozens of places we've been to. The water doesn't taste good at all. As a matter of fact, this place, when we got here, I turned the water on just to flush it out. I always do. I always just take them, I turn them on like this. If I usually have it connected to my hose, let it run for a minute, 30 seconds probably is more realistic. Let it run for a little bit of time just to try and flush the line out of any sediment that's settled in the line if it hasn't been used recently. So there's a guy that was pulling out when we pulled in. So they'd been using it for however long they were here for. So it's been running for quite a while. Turned it on like normal, let it run. I thought, oh, that looks a little brown. Went in the house, got a bowl, filled the bowl up with water, and it was amazing how much floating sediment and just discoloration there was to the water, stuff that had actually dissolved into it but also was floating on it. Gross, absolutely gross. So that is one of the reasons why we have chose a Berkey. This little thing will filter out all of that stuff. So it's kind of like a life straw, if you've seen those, where they filter out everything, arsenic, all the stuff. You can go to a river and just suck the water up out of it and drink it. But this one's gravity fed. You fill the chamber up top, then it has the charcoal and all the other filters it runs through. And there's a second set of filters down here. It goes through that and it slowly just fills this up as the gravity obviously pulls the water down into the bottom tray. So it has these charcoal filters here. They absorb the water flows through them, and then it runs down into these lower filters down here, and then into this holding chamber right here. And then that's where you can get your water from once it's filtered. Now we originally started out with 2 filters, but with having 4 kids and 2 adults, we felt like we were always just waiting for it. So we've got 4 in there now, and now it's fine. You just fill it up. I try and do it in the morning and in the evening, and then it's usually good throughout the day. Sometimes in the afternoon we'll fill it up. Just depends on if we're doing activities, out running around, or if we're kind of more of a lazy day. But 4 filters definitely made a big difference, double the speed obviously, of how fast we could refill our chamber up. This one a shot to just kind of show you some of the things that we found in the water. I'm gonna put it up here. I'm gonna have him hold the lid. Can you hold this? Sure. And then I'm just gonna take this top part off, that way it's easier for me to hold. But there's some water in there, so we'll dump that out. So now it's empty, and we'll just come over here to our spout. Okay, turn it on. Watch fingers. Watch fingers. Watch fingers. You see those floaties? You can see the floaties. I don't know if it shows up on camera, but I can see a lot of floaties in there. Those red speckles on top are from here too. Of that charcoal filter there. Oh yeah. Those red speckles were what was coming out. You can see when the water slowly just drips out of here and goes into your fresh tank water over here. So that just slowly drips into this. And then when you're ready for the fresh clean water, you just have a little spout. And we have a little gauge on ours that tells us how full we are. So you can just look at the gauge, see where you're at, you know if you need to add more to it. But it's pretty straightforward aside from that. So one of the places we really enjoyed having a Berkey was in Arizona. Anybody that's been down in that area knows you really don't drink the water out of the tap. You buy water bottles to drink, you just shower in the rest of it. We'd run it through this and it would taste just fine. I heard rumor that Florida is a similar situation. Don't know if that's true, but we'll find out later this season what it's like. So one of the things we noticed when we were in Arizona with that bad water was that our sister-in-law was going through a ton of water bottles. It was just the normal thing. You just get a water bottle, drink it, and throw it in the garbage. Or recycling bin, I guess. But either way, there's a ton of water bottles we're going through. As we've been out traveling, we've seen water bottles everywhere we go, on the beaches, trails, everywhere we go, we see water bottles. So this is one of the nice things to help out with the environment. You're gonna just filter your water, and then you can use a cup or a refillable water bottle, is what the kids prefer. And then they just refill it and we wash it and use this. It saves us from having to go to the store and buy water bottles, and it saves the environment. It's a win-win. I find that the children and I both drink a lot more water when we have this because it tastes better. So we'll filter it out. We have a little ice machine we can show you later, put some ice in it, cold water every time, and we drink a significant amount more water now that we have the Berkey versus when we did. Now there is a little bit of maintenance that comes along with these. They're not maintenance free. You do clean the filters off a little bit. We choose to clean the filters off a little bit. And we do that every 2 or 3 times that we change campsites. You just take a Scotch-Brite pad, wipe them down, and rinse them off really well, and that does the trick. It's pretty straightforward on cleaning them up. Oh, and wash out the inside of the canisters. So look over here on this side, there is some buildup on there. It's at its cycle now, we need to wash it. But you can clean off all this scum on the side and down there, rinse all that out. We're moving today, so after this stop, at our next location, we'll be washing that out because it's time for it cleaning. So a little maintenance, but it's pretty fast and straightforward. So I would say if you're gonna hit the road, this would definitely be high on my list of things to have because good, clean water is very important. So this would probably be in my top 5 things to get for traveling. Click over here for more RVN tips that we've learned along the way.
Should they subscribe? No, don't do it. Don't subscribe. Should they subscribe?
Yes.
So click here for more RVing tips. Nope,
Fine.
click the Berkey.
No, don't click the Berkey.
It sounds like this.
Perfect. See, well, did you see your face? I wanted to see how miserable you look. You did a good job. I said good job, and you're like, ugh.
Okay, no more touching.
It's poo poo. Hey, you peeing over there?
No.
What was it?
The Berkey water.